Hi guys, once again, good afternoon. Welcome to our session. Seguimos avanzando nuestro ciclo, ya la recta final, por decirlo así, ese ciclo 4. Bueno, técnicamente terminamos el jueves, pero ya, perdón, lo que es referente a las sesiones, pues sería hoy y mañana, para luego el miércoles pasar a la presentación del proyecto y el jueves pasar a la presentación, pues de nuestro examen final de este ciclo. Hoy al mediodía aproximadamente les envié un correo, quizás porque no con los típicos recordatorios de aspectos a tener en cuenta, los porcentajes, el desarrollo de la plataforma, quizás cositas nuevas tal vez, vendría siendo que como tenemos la presentación del proyecto, como les había comentado el primer día, la idea es subir ese material ya completo, final, aquí en una carpeta en el Drive, e incluso en esa misma carpeta, en el correo les contaba que también, bueno, vamos a ver aquí de paso, les compartía los parámetros como tal del proyecto. Entonces, para que los vayan a ir revisando. Igual yo les comentaba que oficialmente los íbamos a mirar en la clase 8, realmente, pero pues la idea es que ustedes lo vayan revisando. Para que pues no haya nada, no, realmente no hay nada 100% nuevo, quizás la rúbrica tal vez, y ni siquiera eso, porque ya se las había compartido desde el inicio. Viene siendo como, yo les decía la semana pasada, el envío oficial para que luego hagamos la revisión oficial. Y también les enviaba o les recordaba en el correo realmente lo referente a la presentación del examen final. Que yo les decía el primer día que este examen, como es el final de A2, es un examen estándar. Cuando hacemos referencia a examen estándar, estamos hablando de un examen tipo KET. El examen es un poco más largo realmente del tipo de exámenes que hemos estado trabajando en los otros 3 ciclos. Lo digo para que no se confíen en el tiempo, especialmente las personas que le rinden y realmente nunca han llegado a usar toda la cantidad de tiempo. Igual les estaré recordando, pero desde ya mi invitación es que este jueves nos conectemos muy a las 6 en punto. No voy a, digamos, a gastar los primeros minuticos. Nos conectamos, se toma asistencia y ya. De tal manera que les alcance el tiempo de que ustedes luego en la segunda parte tienen la parte del speaking con la profe Laura Juliana. Entonces, como les decía, no se confíen de que en las veces anteriores en menos de la hora realicen el examen, porque se toma un poquito más de tiempo. No es por asustarlos, pero sí es súper importante que pues se proyecte. Sé que hay personas que de pronto, porque tienen buen nivel, entonces el examen lo inician más tarde, pero luego hay que cumplir con la segunda parte del componente que se evalúa, que viene siendo el speaking. Y obviamente les des que el tiempo les alcance sin problema. Guys, de lo que les envié hoy, quisiera saber si tienen alguna pregunta. Ya de pronto le dieron una miradita. Bueno, es como les decía, en términos generales son los parámetros de siempre, solo con la salvedad de los parámetros de la presentación y lo que les cuento realmente que no quedó ahí, pero para que lo tengan presente, pues nuestro examen final, como ya es el cierre oficial de lo que es el nivel A2, pues va a ser un poquito más largo, tipo que. Bueno, guys, entonces tomo asistencia y arrancamos para la actividad que vamos a realizar el día de hoy. Today is the 27th. Karen Victoria Acevedo.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Steven Santiago Fonseca.
Here, teacher.
Sergio David Gómez.
Teacher.
Okay. Kiara Lizeth Martínez.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jorge Jair Moreno.
Present, teacher.
Diego Fernando Olarte.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Dana Valentina Ortiz. Not here for the moment. Manuela Ortiz.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Let me see the chat. Ah, Dana, sí. Ah, bueno. No la escuché, pero ya vi su mensaje en el chat, entonces, listo. Oh, qué horror.
Ay, ya me dejó. Presente, profe.
Listo, Valentina, no problema. Ah, Joan Sebastián Pavón. Todavía no. Beatriz Pedraza. Ok, Beatriz. Hamilton Peña. Hamilton is not here for the moment. Xiomara Caterina Rincón.
Present teacher.
Ok. Jessica Paola Ríos.
Present teacher.
Ok. Caterina Alexandra Rodríguez.
Present Miss.
Ok. Marlon Jessy Sánchez. Not here for the moment. Mendy Fabián Santa.
Present teacher.
Ok. Manuel Alberto Sepúlveda.
Present teacher.
Ok. Karen Juliet Torres.
Present.
Ok. María Alejandra Vega.
Present teacher.
Ok. Vanessa Zambrano. Okay, not here for the moment. And Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay, guys, so just to check. Quienes no están. Por el momento, Joan Sebastián Pavón. Hamilton Peña. Marlon Yesit. And María Alejandra Vega. That's a lot of people. Okay. Anyway, it's our time to begin. Well, guys, we're about to finish, of course. That means that we are about to finish unit 13. We are just like few days away, as I was on to have our final exam. And today we will be working on the task section that we have on our book. Let me make sure that I'm sharing everything. Yes. Let me see the chat. Ah, okay, Maria. Let me make the adjustment immediately. Yo no escuché. Si está lento en ese momento,
Ahora sí.
Sí. Creo que me equivoqué, porque sí le puse, creo que la que no está es Vanessa Zambrano. Vale, sí. No, me sí le había puesto que estaba. La culpa es mía y mis ojos. Don't worry. Nunca le puse falla, que es lo importante. Bueno, vuelvo acá. Well, guys, I was telling you that we are about to finish our unit 13. And as you know, at the end of the unit, we always have some activities that are called tasks. And we will be working on our task tonight. In this case, it says choose an ambassador. We are talking about pages 120 and 121. While you're doing, okay, those are the pages, 120 and 121. And as you already noticed, because the idea is to choose an ambassador, first, I wanna know what you know. In this case, we're talking about a goodwill ambassador. Probably for some of you, it's a very, let's say, well-known concept. For some of you, probably it's a little bit new. But what I want to ask you first is that what is a goodwill ambassador? You know, probably from what you've seen, what you've read, and you already know that in this point, the idea is to read something very short, very precise. It's not necessary to expand. I always tell you like the moment what I want you to expand on your ideas. For the moment, we're just like brainstorming, okay? So go to the link and what you know, in this case, talking about what a goodwill ambassador is. Guys, I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. As I was telling you, very like precise ideas. In this case, talking about this concept. I'm gonna give you, I already told you the amount of time. 3 minutes starting now. Let me see the chat. Okay, Marlon, let me make the adjustments in the attendance. Well, guys, for the ones that have just arrived, we just began talking about tonight's topic, which is talking about goodwill ambassadors. So I was just asking you guys what that concept means to you. That is basically the idea, okay? I'm gonna give you 1 extra minute, probably for the ones that need to expand on the information. Hello, Sebastian. Let me send you the link as well, so you can answer the first question that we have for tonight, talking about what is a goodwill ambassador. 2 minutes. Well, guys, let's start having a look at some of your answer. Well, not the question was not what you see on the picture. We were talking about what a goodwill ambassador is. Okay, this is the alarm. He's a person who puts the interest of others above his own. Okay, a person who helps with global issues. Let me see. People who do charity and field work for non-profit institution, normally without receiving a salary. Okay. Let's see. A goodwill ambassador is who can show the ideas of the country or company that represents, also have to be maybe sociable and reliable. Let's see. It's a chosen person by a group of people with the purpose that they make sure the people's actions don't affect in a negative form to anybody. Okay, very general ideas. It's a person who promotes different actions that help world problems, like for education in poor countries, improve the health care services. Okay, 8 answers out of 20. What are the others? What happens with ¿Quién será iPhone tonight? Well, I really hope that eventually you send your answers. ¿Quién es iPhone? Okay. Thank you for changing your name. One more. It's a specific occupation that is assigned to a person who advocates for a specific cause or global issue. Very good. Well, guys, we can't deny probably from what you have already read and from you have already shared that basically it's a person who's in charge of sharing some information about a cause. Okay. In our book on page 120, we actually have, let's say, extra information related to what a goodwill ambassador is. We're going to read this text that is going to give us more information about it. And of course, at the same time, well, not at the same time, after we read it, we're going to answer these 3 questions. I'm going to read the questions for you. Number 1 says, what kinds of issues do goodwill ambassadors want to make people aware of? Number 2, what kinds of people usually become goodwill ambassadors? And number 3, which of the goodwill ambassadors in the text do you think about? Question number 3 probably is more like your personal opinion, as you notice, while questions number 1 and number 2 are related to information that we have here on the text. Of course, you are going to help me reading this text. As I was telling you, the one that is going to expand the information that we already shared about the goodwill ambassadors. Let's start reading. We have, well, from the beginning, a goodwill ambassador. In this case, we're going to read it until disease. Karen Victoria, could you read this first part, please?
Yes. What is a goodwill ambassador? A goodwill ambassador is a representative of her country who, as well as his usual job, works for charity or organization. ¿Sigo?
Yes, please. Until disease.
He or she travels to other countries, creating friendly links between countries and raising awareness of problems, including poverty, environmental issues, and disease.
Okay, Karen, thank you very much. So notice first aspect, usually is the person that is representing her country, you know, and talking about, well, an organization from that place. Aspects that they want to raise awareness of. Very like sensitive issues like the ones that Karen has already read. Let's continue with the second part. I would like to ask in this case, Valentina, now that we already noticed that your microphone is working, from the part where Karen finished, the people, In this case, you're going to read until business people.
The people who are on shows are usually well known, such as celebrities, scientists,
Yes.
authors, and business people.
Authors. Let me admit someone that is waiting. Hamilton, please finish the text from they try to use until Wildlife Foundation. Hamilton?
Teacher, creo que no tiene micrófono porque escribió en el chat.
Solo puso teacher, estaba esperando. Okay, that's the truth. He doesn't have one tonight. Thank you, guys, for telling me. Jorge, then, you.
Yes, they try to use their fame and their knowledge to influence people and create change. Famous goodwill ambassador recently including Angelina Jolie for the United Nations, Lionel Messi for UNICEF, and Veronica Parekova for the African Wildlife Foundation.
Okay, Wildlife Foundation. Also here, Jorge, the pronunciation of try and famous. Well, united. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
Well, guys, I noticed that in the second part of the text, talking about, let's say, the type of people that are usually chosen to have this kind of job, why not? And in the final part of the text, we were talking about some examples. Of course, there are many, many more, but just like to have an idea of, let's say, the type of people who are chosen to be goodwill ambassadors. Well, guys, remember that with this information, you are going to answer the 3 questions that we have in here. Keep in mind that question number 1 and number 2 are related to the information that was shared on the text. In the case of question number 3, it's more like your opinion. Okay? Guys, do you have any questions about the instructions while I set the timer? No questions? Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna give you 4 minutes. In case that you need more time, you let me know. Okay, 4 minutes starting now. Guys, let me make an adjustment. I wrote here think, and it's not think, it's no, okay? Think doesn't make any sense. Sorry. Okay, guys, thumbs up. Let's see the answers that we have collected from the first text. Actually, today we're going to work on reading a little bit. So let's start. Let me remind you question number 1. In question number 1, we had, what kinds of issues do goodwill ambassadors wants to make people aware of, Manuel Alberto?
They want to make people aware of different kind of issues such as poverty, environmental issues, and disease.
That will be it. Let's have a look at question number 2. What kinds of people usually become goodwill ambassadors, Manuela?
Okay, teacher, the goodwill ambassadors include famous people like actors,
Mhm.
the players.
Mhm.
I don't know who is Veronica Barekoa.
Okay.
Maybe it's an actresses.
An actress. But we would have to check that information.
Celebrities is scientists and business people.
Okay, very good. Well, guys, as I was telling you, question number 3 is more like on your opinion. Of course, after the change that we made on my mistake, not what you think, but what you know. Going back to Manuela's question, talking about Veronica Barekoa, she is a model.
Okay, teacher.
Just like to make sure that we clarify that part of the information. So, question number 3, remember, the answer is not in the text, you know. In this case, it is more like what you know. Which of the goodwill ambassadors in the text do you know about? Let me ask, in this case, Sergio.
Yes, teacher.
Which of those that we have already stated here in the list do you know about?
About the text, Lionel Messi is the
And what do you know about him? In this case, we're related to this type of,
I
let's say, job.
know he went in 2010 to Africa. Exactly. No, it's not Africa. It's other place. Let me see. It's IT. Sorry, it's IT. And because in that year, in that country had a catastrophic. That was an earthquake.
Yes.
He went and he traveled to IT with UNICEF to work in a founded, and the Leo Messi Foundation is the name.
Okay, foundation. Great, Sergio, thank you very much. Let me ask about the other, well, the second ambassador that we have here in this list. Marlon, or maybe do you have information about Angelina Jolie or something extra to add about Lionel Messi? Or the model, of course, which is the third.
Teacher, can you repeat the question, please?
Sure, we're having a look at question number 3. Which of the goodwill ambassadors in the text do you know about? For the moment, we have Angelina Jolie, as Sergio already talked about Lionel Messi, and as Manuela was asking, Veronica, who is a model, right? Barekoa. Sergio was sharing information about Lionel Messi, talking about this context of being a goodwill ambassador, do you know like any of the job maybe or assignments or purposes that Angelina Jolie has done on that field? Yeah, because we're not talking about them being famous people and actors and stuff, but like their job being ambassadors.
Okay, I don't know about of job of each one ambassador.
Mhm.
In fact, I don't know that Angelina Jolie was a ambassador. Mm.
Okay, no, that's okay, Marlon. We're just like predicting. Guys, do you, any of you know any, like in the case of Lionel Messi, but information related to Angelina Jolie? Santiago, thank you very much.
Okay, teacher. Well, I know, and as everybody, she's a Hollywood actress and supermodel too. And she's from USA, she's an American, and she has, I think, 6 or 7 children, and some of them are adopted and differently nationalities.
Mhm.
She was married with Brad Pitt, was someone of the marriage and relationships more famous of Hollywood and all this.
Mhm. That would be it. And guys, thank you very much, Santiago. And guys, did you look for any information about Veronica? Like, what's the, let's say the program or the foundation that she's supporting?
No, teacher.
Well, basically, well, as the title says, she's raising awareness, you know, in this case, we're talking about Africa. Notice that we're talking about Africa Wildlife Foundation, raising awareness on the importance of protecting wildlife and all, let's say the animals, well, not only the animals, but the fauna as well that is found in that region in particular. Okay, guys, notice that, sorry, at the end of the day, we're talking about 3 different people who are very famous in their own fields. Probably we're more familiarized with some of them, but at the end of the day, they are using like the platform of being famous in order to promote certain types, let's say, of ideas to help the world to be a better place. Going back to what we have in our book, we are going to, let's say, read about 4 candidates who want to be, just like we read, goodwill ambassadors. We have, of course, like a kind of imaginary created place, and we have here 4 information about some candidates who want to be the goodwill ambassadors of this island. I'm going to read here the situation for you. It says, the island of Fredonia is going to choose its first goodwill ambassador. There are 4 candidates. Read about each candidate above and match quotations 1 to 4 with each candidates. Of course, here it is impossible like to read the information. I just took the screenshot to have more like the general idea of the activities and stuff. But as you know, guys, you have the information on your books. Here we have 4 people. We have Dan Boris, Deborah Curtin, Tracy Valentine, and Pete Power. We're going to read, I want to put it like this. I think that everybody can see the information. If you are working from your cell phones, I hope that you can take also a screenshot so you can actually read better. And we're going to read the information about them, and we will be doing 2 exercises. Exercise number 1 would be about matching, in this case, the quotations. Somehow, the information that they would say, we have to decide which candidate says who. And on the second part, we also have to answer some questions talking about which candidates have certain characteristics. Well, First of all, let's read the quotation that we are going to match. As usual, I'm going to ask you for some help. Beatriz, please, could you read quotations number 1 and number 2?
When I talk business, people listen. I will not resolve until poverty is abolished.
That would be it. For the moment, number 1 and number 2. We haven't read about the people yet. We'll see who says what. John Sebastian, please, could you read number 3 and number 4?
In the world of the sport, I am the most famous Brazilian. I want to use my face, my something for the world issue.
Okay, Sebastian, thank you. But I have to tell you, like, the sound, I don't know, probably the background made the sound like with a really low quality. Once again, let's keep in mind, first of all, analyzing these quotations and deciding who says what. Let's read the first one. As I was telling you, today is reading day. Let's read information about Don Barry's. Karen Juliet, please, could you read the first paragraph until medicine?
Okay, Don Barris is a hero to millions of young sports fans around the world. He now lives in Florida, where he plays for the local basketball team. As a child, his ambition was to be a doctor, and he still has a strong interest in medicine.
Very good. Catherine Alexandra, continue from he frequently until a little shy.
Okay. He frequently visits hospital in the United States and his native Fredonia. He has taught himself French, Spanish, and Chinese. He describes himself as a good family man, but a little shy.
That would be it. So that information from Don Barry's. For the moment, we're just like reading the profile that we have about them. Let's have a look at the second person. In this case, we're talking about Deborah Curtin. Jessica, please start reading from millionaire businesswoman until mean business.
Millionaire businesswoman Deborah Curtin made a fortune selling Fredonia fashion to the world. She is now best known as a judge on the popular TV shows Main Business.
That would be it. Business. Thank you, Jessica. Keep in mind to check the pronunciation. Made, fortune, here, and judge. And you already corrected business. Well, in this case, we have a little bit of extra information. Mandy, please, could you read from she owns until 1 million pounds? Mandy.
Yes, teacher. Millionaire business.
No, Jessica already read the first part. I'm asking you to read from she owns until 1 million pounds.
Okay, teacher. He owns a chain of fashion shops around the world and is the author of the best-selling book How to Make £1 into 1 million pounds.
That would be it. And to finish the text, I would like to ask Diego.
Still, profe.
Yes, Diego.
Still living in Fredonia, she supports a local scheme to help Fredonians start their own developmentally friendly business.
The scheme, that would be it. Thank you very much, Diego. Let's continue. Oh, well, I don't have to move it really. Let's continue with the next person. We have Tracy Valentine. Xiomara, could you start reading, please, from unknown until lawyer?
Yes, teacher. Unknown outside Fredonia, lawyer Tracy Valentine grew up in poverty in the Fredonian capital. Steve Paul's an orphan at the age of 12. She looked after her five brothers and sisters while studying at night school to become a lawyer.
Night school. Let's continue with the next part, Natalia. She's still until an education.
She is still she still lives in Fredonia and now specializes in environmental issues. 2 years ago, she began the Valentine Foundation, which helps the poorest children in East Paul to receive an education.
To receive. Ah, well, I forgot to tell. Saint, S-T, Saint.
Okay.
To keep that in mind. Very good. And well, the final candidate to be, this goodwill ambassador is Pete Power. Maria Vega, please. Read from singer until success.
A singer and actor Pete Power is one of the world's hottest celebrities. After winning a talent show, his first single was #1 in more than 20 countries, and his latest song, Let's Help the World, is another huge international success.
Success.
That
would be it. I want to finish the text. Marlon, please. He has appeared until in movies. Marlon?
Teacher, ¿de dónde? No.
He has appeared.
Espérame, porque no lo veo.
You were reading then. The final profile, almost the final paragraph. He has appeared.
Yeah. He has appeared on America TV and popular soap opera Hearts and Flowers, and he now lives in Hollywood where he wants to start a career in movies.
That would be it, Marlon. Thank you very much. Well, guys, we have already read the 4 profiles. Notice that we're talking about 4 different people. Remember the idea. They want to be the Fredonian first goodwill ambassador. We're going to do 2 different activities. The first activity, remember, is that based on the information that was shared on the profiles, who says what? Notice that here we have 4 quotations and here we have 4 people. So let's say it may sound obvious if you consider that quotation number 1 is from, let's say, Tracy Valentine. You can't say that then Tracy also is in charge or also says quotation number 4. Okay, just make sure that, let's say, we don't make that mistake. Let's start with this first one, okay? Then after we do this first exercise, we would move at the second part. So for the moment, only 2A, okay? Remember, guys, that if you are working on the book, we are talking about the question, the first exercise that we have here on page 120. I'm gonna just keep this like this so you can read the information. Well, unless that I put this part. Well, guys, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. Remember, we are doing only part 2A. Who says what? Probably you have already recognized like the type of voice and how they manage to give their opinions, the work that they have done, and it is a help to know who says what. Okay? Guys, did you have any questions about the instructions? No questions? Okay. 2A, 5 minutes starting now. Okay. Well, guys, let's see. Based on the profiles, and if we have a look at the quotations, we have to decide who says what. Beatriz, what about the first quotation? It says, when I talk business, people listen.
Teacher number B.
Letter B.
Letter B. Sorry.
Do you remember her name?
Deborah Curtin.
Curtis. Okay, very good. What about the second quotation? Here we have, I will not rest until poverty is abolished. Diego.
Letter C, teacher.
Do you remember her name?
Tracy Valentine.
No, it has Valentine. Very good. Number 3 says, we can unite the world through sport. What do you think, Sebastián? No. Sebastián?
A, teacher. His name is Don Barry.
Very good. Well, we already have one left. I want to use my fame to raise awareness of the world issue. So which is the name that we have left, Jorge?
The four? D.
And the name was?
Name was Peter.
Peter what? Let's refresh our memory. This Peter, sorry, my mistake. Pete Power. You were right. Very good. Okay, guys. That's it. Before we do the second activity that we have in our book, we are going to have a look at the listening part. Of course, choosing a goodwill ambassador is not an easy task. So we're going to listen to 2 people discussing the candidates. From the 4 that we have, let's refresh our memory. We have Deborah, we have Tracy, we have Donna, we have Pete. They actually talk about only 3 of them. Okay, so first you have to, let's say, pay attention and tell us which 3 they're actually talking about. And second, after, let's say, the discussion that they have, if they actually agree. Okay, that is basically the idea on this first exercise. The 3 candidates they talk about and the ones they agree. If they agree. Okay, guys, this activity, this listening that we're going to do, do you have any questions?
No, miss.
No, miss.
Okay, we're gonna listen twice. In case that you need an extra repetition a 3rd time, let me know and we would play it that 3rd time. Let's listen.
Unit 13, recording 4. Okay, so I think it's going to be quite difficult to decide who the best candidate is, don't you? They all look strong to me.
Yes, I suppose so. They are all excellent in their world. You know, a top sports person, a top businesswoman and everything. But there are some qualities that you really need to become a goodwill ambassador.
Some qualities?
Yes. You know, some personal characteristics are very important. I mean, Don Barris says he is very shy. So I don't think he would be a good ambassador, because you have to be sociable. You have to talk to all sorts of people and speak on TV and things. I don't think you can be shy to do that.
True. Who do you prefer then?
Well, I prefer Pete Power because...
Pete Power?
Yes, I prefer Pete Power because he is really well known all over the world. He sounds like he is ambitious and sociable, and people really like pop stars.
I don't agree with you. I mean, yes, he is well known, but he hasn't got the right experience. He's been working in the music business and also TV, but he hasn't done any work with people who need help or anything like that.
That doesn't matter. I think he will be the best at getting people interested, because people like him, so they would listen to him.
Yes, but what about Tracy Valentine? I think she will be the best.
Tracy Valentine? But she's unknown outside Fredonia.
I don't think that's a problem. She would be able to represent the people very well. She knows a lot about the country and problems that people have there. In fact, she's...
Let's listen again.
Unit 13, Recording 4. Okay, so I think it's going to be quite difficult to decide who the best candidate is, don't you? They all look strong to me.
Yes, I suppose so. They are all excellent in their world. You know, a top sports person, a top businesswoman and everything. But there are some qualities that you really need to become a goodwill ambassador.
Some qualities?
Yes, you know, some personal characteristics are very important. I mean, Don Barris says he is very shy. So I don't think he would be a good ambassador, because you have to be sociable. You have to talk to all sorts of people and speak on TV and things. I don't think you can be shy to do that.
True. Who do you prefer, then?
Well, I prefer Pete Power because...
Pete Power?
Yes, I prefer Pete Power because he is really well known all over the world. He sounds like he is ambitious and sociable, and people really like pop stars.
I don't agree with you. I mean, yes, he is well known, but he hasn't got the right experience. He's been working in the music business and also TV, but he hasn't done any work with people who need help or anything like that.
That doesn't matter. I think he will be the best at getting people interested, because people like him, so they would listen to him.
Yes, but what about Tracy Valentine? I think she will be the best.
Tracy Valentine? But she's unknown outside Fredonia.
I don't think that's a problem. She would be able to represent the people very well. She knows a lot about the country and problems that people have there. In fact, she's...
Okay, guys, we have already listened twice. Remember, they're talking about only 3 out of the 4 candidates and to decide if they agreed or not. Guys, do you need to listen again or that was fine?
For me, it's fine.
Okay. Okay. Then, paste, let's see the chat. Karen says again. Okay, one more time. Perfect.
Unit 13, Recording 4. Okay, so I think it's going to be quite difficult to decide who the best candidate is, don't you? They all look strong to me.
Yes, I suppose so. They are all excellent in their world. You know, a top sports person, a top businesswoman and everything. But there are some qualities that you really need to become a goodwill ambassador.
Some qualities?
Yes, you know, some personal characteristics are very important. I mean, Don Barris says he is very shy. So I don't think he would be a good ambassador, because you have to be sociable. You have to talk to all sorts of people and speak on TV and things. I don't think you can be shy to do that.
True. Who do you prefer, then?
Well, I prefer Pete Power because...
Pete Power?
Yes, I prefer Pete Power because he is really well known all over the world. He sounds like he is ambitious and sociable, and people really like pop stars.
I don't agree with you. I mean, yes, he is well known, but he hasn't got the right experience. He's been working in the music business and also TV, but he hasn't done any work with people who need help or anything like that.
that doesn't matter. I think he will be the best at getting people interested, because people like him, so they would listen to him.
Yes, but what about Tracy Valentine? I think she will be the best.
Tracy Valentine? But she's unknown outside Fredonia.
I don't think that's a problem. She would be able to represent the people very well. She knows a lot about the country and problems that people have there. In fact, she's...
Okay, so which are the three candidates they are talking about? Manuela.
Teacher, they talking about, let me see. Is Don Barris? Where put my notes? Is Don Barris and Pete Power?
And
I don't know how to say Tracy Valentine.
Valentine. Very good.
Valentine.
Yes, Manuela. And Catherine, do they agree?
Miss, they do disagree to tell about Peter Power, because she says that is good for a goodwill ambassador, and he says isn't necessary, but because he thinks that Tracy Valentine is a good option.
Okay, yeah, they completely, well, like completely, but they did disagree. Thank you very much, Catherine. Okay, guys. Of course, the idea of maybe choosing who would actually be the, let's say, the ambassador relies on your hands. I'm gonna send you guys to breakout rooms. We already read the profiles that they had, and also we already listened to the opinion of some people. And you're going to complete the following chart with the following information. Personal characteristics of each candidate, the useful experience from the article, of course, the article, not the profile, so we consider could be like the real useful experience, interest and important issues, ability to talk to media and politicians, worldwide fame. I'm going to talk about this first part. Of course, the information is on their profiles. It's not like to copy and paste exactly how it is written. The idea is to summarize it, and we complete all these aspects of the 4 candidates. Then after you complete the chart from personal characteristics until worldwide fame, you are going to make your ranking from your perspective on your group. In your opinion, being number 1, the best candidate, and then being number 4, the worst. At the end, the idea that you share from your perspective, who's the best goodwill ambassador and why. And of course, guys, when we get back, we're going to share our ideas and to see how similar or different they are, okay? Remember, guys, that the information about the profile is on the book, you know, and then the intention is that you guys as a group agree. Remember, with the information from personal characteristics until worldwide fame, and then the ranking. Number 1, the best. Number 4, the worst. Okay? Guys, do you have any questions related to the instructions while I create the groups? Questions? Let me check that we don't have repeated names. But it looks like we don't. Okay. Sorry. Well, guys, I know that there is a lot of information that you have to collect. You will have 20 minutes. I really hope that when we get back, all of you guys can present, in your opinion, who the best goodwill ambassador would be based on the information and based on your ranking. Let's start. Let me know. I have to share a screen to make you, sorry, with that possibility of sharing a screen. There you go. Marlon, Sergio, and Jessica, do you have any problem trying to go to the groups? Well, guys, welcome back. Time's up. Let's wait 2 more seconds while all of you come back to the session. I still see that some of you are still writing down, like, I'm pretty sure, like, wrapping up your ideas. Don't forget that the main intention, besides, of course, the information that was written in the charts, is to share who, in your opinion, would be the best goodwill ambassador. Well, I'm going to start with the ones that it looks like have already made their decision. And then we start with group number 2. We have Beatriz, Mendy, Diego, and Sergio. Diego, so after analyzing all the information that you got from the 4 profiles, which is, or who actually is, for you the best choice?
We think the Grow ambassador should be Tracy Valentine because she has very experience and she knows important issues because she grew up in poverty.
Very good. Well, what about the ranking? Well, we have number 1, Tracy. Which are 2, 3, and 4, Diego?
Number 2 are candidate B. Number 3, candidate A, and number 4, candidate D.
Well, I was expecting like the names, but okay. Let's have a look at the answer. Because she has very experience. Maybe she has a lot of experience. Very is not helpful when we want to talk about quantity, okay? So look for a word that you can replace because very doesn't work in here, okay? So I don't confuse you because you already know how that works. Yeah, very, now we need something to quantify, like much or a lot of or plenty, something like that, but that would be a decision for you to make, okay? Well, you can take, eliminate the crossing thing. Group number 2, thank you very much. Let's have a look at group number 3. We have Karen, Xiomara, Catherine, and Hamilton. Catherine, so in your perspective, guys, who's the best choice?
Well, we choose Deborah Curtin because she should be the Google ambassador because she's famous and has many ideas for make grow the economy of Fredonia in an eco-friendly way.
Okay, very good. Your case on second place, you had Tracy. Third place, you had, I forgot the name of the guy, David?
Yes,
sorry, Don. And fourth place, you have Pete. Okay, let's have a look at the answer because she's famous and has many, well, actually you said ideas, right? Many is plural, so we have to say ideas, very good. To make the economy of Fredonia grow. That verb would go at the end. Okay, guys, very good. Let's have a look at group number 4. Well, group number 3, of course, thank you very much. Group number 4, we have Kiara, Maria Vega, Valentina Ortiz, and Jessica. Kiara, which decision did you make?
We think the best goodwill ambassador could be Don Barris because he knows how to speak other language, so he could find more international reason. Then he hasn't experience talk in public, but he is like an influencer in the new generations, and he can reach to a lot of people.
Okay, a different perspective, absolutely. Let's check a little bit the information that you share in here. Sorry, because, well, guys, he always lowercase, different from I, that pronoun always goes with capital letters. Voy a hacer algo en español. Eso ya lo he corregido bastante. No sé cuántas las que está aquí. Siempre me pone he en mayúscula. No, y no en mayúscula, a menos que inicie oración, obviamente, y después de punto. So make that correction. He knows how to speak so he could find more. What do you mean when you say he could find more international race? What do you mean by race, ladies? Yara María Valentina Jessica. Well, probably ladies, while you decide, because I don't really know what raised means here. Probably you're talking about money, maybe, but raised is not the word like to fit that intention that you have in mind. I'm sure that what you want to mean is that él no tiene experiencia. Hasn't sería para él no ha. So what you need is present simple, not present perfect. He doesn't have experience talking in public, but it's like an influencer. So two corrections. Primero, bájenme esas mayúsculas. Recuerden que ese pronombre no va en mayúscula. Y acá lo del raised. Ajustar la idea. I assume you're talking about money, but just to make sure. Group number 4, thank you very much. Oh, well, easy. Let's go to group number 1. We have Manuel, Santiago, Natalia, and Manuela. Santiago, which decision did you make as a group?
Okay, teacher, we consider that the Goodwill ambassador would be Deborah Curtin because she's well known worldwide. She has the ability to support other people and she is environmentally friendly. Basically, Will is a businesswoman, was a judge in a TV show and has abilities for speaking public and take a I don't know how to say it, to be a chief with a people and well for be a politician that is basically is a Goodwill ambassador. You have to no sé cómo decirlo liderazgo. You have to be
Liderazgo would be leadership.
You have to be leadership.
Oh, you have to be a leader.
A leader. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Well, notice that all of you guys have given like different opinions and of course talking about those good qualities that for you would actually make a goodwill ambassador. And let's finish with group number 5. We have, oh my God, what a huge chart. Okay, we have here the information. Karen, Sebastian, Marlon, and Jorge. Sebastian, what's the final decision in your group?
Okay, teacher, as a group, we choose Tracy Valentine because she is a woman who has first-hand knowledge of the poor and could look for solution from a different point of view than someone famous person.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, I will have to read the charts eventually. See someone has personal important for solution from a different point of view and so many things. Okay, guys, very interesting exercise. So in conclusion, the first group chose Deborah, group number 2, Tracy, group number 3, Deborah as well. 4, we are talking about Dawn. And 5, we're talking about Tracy. Well, we actually have a kind of time. Okay, very good, guys. Of course, the idea in this type of exercises is that you agree. Something that I always keep on repeating is that I don't visit you in your groups. I like to think that in those spaces you feel a little bit less uncomfortable probably if I ask you during the sessions. But I think that this exercise was really interesting in terms of the information that you share. Very good, guys. Well, just like to wrap it up. Don't forget, this is our final week, as usual, taking into account how fast everything is. Check the parameters of the project. We will check them on session 8, which is tomorrow. And we will also be talking about the parameters of the exam, which will be on session 9. Remember, guys, this exam is going to be a little bit longer, so don't take it for granted. Okay, guys, as usual, thank you very much. I don't know if you have any question.
No means for me, no.
Okay.
No, me.
See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you, teacher. Have a good night.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.